I explain the thing that you and Sarah were talking about, I was a bit... Okay. For this particular question, I will sum it up really, really quickly, guys. So, this is my last thing, right? This is my last thing before I move on to actually playing the game. Actually, you know what? Let me just come over here. There we go. Hold up. Wait. Oh, shit. It will log you out due to inactivity. That is crazy, bro. Wait. Let me log back in real quick. Bro, I didn't even know it will log you out due to inactivity. Alright, let me peep this. Hold up. Don't forget about the Wow 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 trailer. What is the Wow 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 trailer? Hold up. Alright, peep. Come here. Oh, it's Zenless. Alright, Zenless. Yeah, Zenless. Okay. Okay, so here's essentially what happened, right? Okay. So, basically, there was this discussion that happened between myself and one of my mods. You guys might know her by the name of Sarah of the Lake. So, Sarah has this very, very interesting gacha pooling plan. And I'm not joking, by the way. Sarah is not joking. And we were talking about it for like a good 20 minutes in VIP chat. You can join my Discord if you want to and catch us over there. So the gacha strategy was basically this. Sarah said... Wait, hold up. Let me make it a little bit softer. It's kind of loud. Okay. Go away. Okay. So... Sarah basically said they are gonna do 60 pools in every single banner. Yep, I am not joking. That was the legitimate plan. And it was like 100% serious. So, Sarah wants to play Arknights Endfield with the intention of pooling 60 pools in every single banner. So fuck the spark and only care about the 10 pool rebate. That is bro's plan. So let me walk you guys through this. Okay, before you guys say bro is like schizophrenic, let me walk you guys through this thought process. Because we were like talking like quite a long time. The strategy for this pool plan is, if you were to pool, or rather this was a Sarah's explanation, right? If you were to pool 60 pools in every single banner, you would essentially only spend 50 pools. Because by every single 60 pool, you will get a free 10 pool in the next banner, which would add towards your pity, and it counts toward the whatever it's going to be. But for Sarah, the spark doesn't matter, because bro only pools for the 80 pity, which does in fact carry over, right? Arknights Endfield's gacha, the 80 pity, the hard pity for the 50-50, it does in fact carry over. It is just 120 that doesn't carry over. So the strategy that bro was on about is, if they were to pool 60 pools in every single banner, they would effectively only spend 50 pools for every 60 pools. Which means that for every 100 pools spent, it is every 100 pools spent is the equivalent of someone else spending 120 pools. So, in the long run of the game, Sarah will base the probability of winning her 50-50 purely with the 50-50. So, they will not make a single use of the spark system, because what this does is that in the long run, generally and statistically speaking, you would get more 6 stars. Right? You would get more 6 stars. Because for every single 50 pools to spend is the equivalent of someone spending 60 pools. Assuming that you only pool 60 pools in every single banner. So, this means that someone who keeps getting this 10 pool rebate, they will always get this like little bit of a discount if they can continue and sustain this habit going forward. Which means that in the long run, Sarah's account will technically have more 6 stars than someone who don't do this, purely by statistics. And we're not considering like if she's unlucky or she's lucky, purely just by statistics of the cost of the banner being a little bit cheaper. You will get more 6 stars in the long run, because it is cheaper, right? You get a 10 pool rebate. So at this point, people were getting confused. And people were starting to say like, wait, bro is cooking. But there's one very, very, very important thing that was not factored into this consideration, which is this strategy only holds true if you can actually pull 60 pulls every single banner. I'm not sure if you guys get what I'm saying. Because if you do not have 60 pulls in every single banner, and I don't mean every single version, I mean every single banner, right? There would inherently not be a very big difference between Sarah's methods as well as someone just saving up 120 pulls and just committing to that banner, because they would also have the 10 pull rebate if they were to commit, alright, they would be ready to commit 120 pulls. So the only time where Sarah actually wins out in the long run is that the gacha income for Arknights Endfield can consistently give you this 60 pulls between each banner, which means that you can spend more 60 pulls getting the rebate than someone else spend the 60 pulls getting the spark. Alright, that is the most important factor to consider. And if you were to ask me, I think that is straight up fucking delusional, because this means that in Arknights Endfield, you'll get 180 pulls in a version minus 30. Minus 30. Because if you had a 50 pulls rebate, you technically minus 30 pulls, right? So you will get 150 pulls, limited pulls per version in Arknights Endfield. Now, if that ever happens to Arknights Endfield, I personally think the rest of the gacha industry will kind of go out of business, because there will never be another gacha that has that much gacha income for any mainstream gacha game. I'm talking 150 limited pulls in a single version, because this one version has 3 banners, right? So if this can actually hold true, then Sarah's method technically would balance out in the long run, because she will have more of the rebate than someone who spends it on the spark. You see where I'm coming from? Okay, if you guys don't see where I'm coming from, don't worry about it, right? If you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, then don't worry about it. So, I personally think this method is really, really, I think it doesn't make a lot of sense. Because also, I don't think we're getting 150 limited pulls every single version. And second of all, you are essentially gambling on not having a spark system. So you're gonna leave your fate quite literally to the 50-50 gods for the rest of your life. You will never ever have something called the guarantee ever again. So for all you might know, you could go for 10 banners back to back, and you have 10 Leafers. Because there's no such thing as guarantee. You could also go 10 banners back to back, and you win all 10 50-50s. And if that was the case for your account, you would technically save more pools than the guy going for Spark, because they don't have the rebate, right? So at the end of the day, I personally would never recommend this method. But if Sarah believes in this, which is gonna be, you know, Sarah of the Lake, right? This is one of those really, really crazy ass gacha strategies. Let me know what you guys think in the thoughts down below, and I will see you guys on the Clip channel. Bye bye. Okay, yeah, help me get up. A real story, by the way. This is a real story. Sarah is legitimately saying that bro is gonna be pulling 60 pulls in every single Arknights Endfield banner. And like, bro was like convinced. Is convinced that this is gonna work out, which I think is just a little bit crazy, guys, right? Oh. You have cooled your last cool, my man.